There's an old saying that goes, I was upset that I had no shoes until I met a man with no feet. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you can read a lot into that. Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat, and I'm here for you. I'm here to cheer you up and help you find those keys to the door that will unlock your happiness. And today I want to talk about the people and feelings that we have that our life is so bad. Things are so bad for us. Why is this happening to me? Why did the Lord above choose this bad thing to happen to me? I don't deserve this. All these things. And when bad things happen to you, there's two ways to approach it. You can be depressed and sad and go into a shell and blame the world and blame everybody else and blame God and blame whoever you want and just let your life fall apart and be sucked into that depression. Or you can use it as a learning experience to turn inward and really get more in touch with who you are. Now, I talk about sometimes that we made our choices, and people give me a lot of crap about this, that we chose to come here. We chose this life. We chose everything that's going to happen in our life. Our parents, our relatives, our illnesses, our successes. That all this was chosen by us, by our soul, before we were even embodied into this physical being. Now, some people believe that God made all the decisions and created us, and we are just going through life in His eyes, and that's all it is. We don't have a choice in anything, and what happens. It's God's will, and that's fine. The beautiful thing about being a human being is having the freedom of choice and being able to choose what you believe. Now, the more I talk, the more people are listening, it seems like, because some people are commenting on YouTube, and some are good comments. Some people think I'm crazy, but that's okay. That means you're watching. But when you let's say you have an illness, or you have deaths in the family, or you have something bad that happens to you, or you're in financial disarray. Not the right word, but I couldn't think of anything else. Maybe your life seems like a disaster, and you're saying, why? Why me? Why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. And why is this happening to me? And I can't answer that for you, for anybody else. But for me, when I was talking to someone last night, a longtime listener, and she knows who she is, that is going through some incredibly negative, bad things to her body and her life, and it seems like they're just stacking up one on top of the other, from physical ailments to mental issues to relationship issues to so much going on. And she had the choice to go to a dark place or to turn it into something positive. Now, I'm not saying that it's easy to turn a situation or numerous situations into positive situations, but she's doing her best, and she seems to be on the right path. If you try to understand it and try to make it logical, things happen to you, I don't think it's possible. I don't think you can explain why things happen. You can't explain why babies die. You can't explain why you got cancer. You can't explain why you got in a car wreck that killed your loved ones. You can't explain that stuff away. You can let it ruin your life. Yes, you could do that. Or you can move on and move forward and continue existing in this life and try to get past it. Now, I'm not saying just forget about it, because you're never going to forget the bad things that happen to you, but you don't dwell on them. You don't make your life revolve around them. She brought up the thing that about when I talked about when I broke my back and I was laid up in bed for 6 to 8 months, and couldn't get out of bed, couldn't hardly do anything. And she said, "How did you deal with it?" And I told her, I said, that's when I turned inward and started examining my own thoughts and my own desires, and stayed away from. Of course, every time, a lot of times it comes up, why does this happen to me? I can't believe this happened. This is a life-changing experience. It's going to ruin my life. Now, I couldn't play drums for like 6 to 8 months. And I didn't know if I'd ever play drums again. And when I talked to the doctor said I was millimeters away from actually being partially paralyzed. There's bone fragments in my spine that could have hit a nerve, my spinal cord, and made me partially paralyzed. And I was thankful that didn't happen. So you can usually find a silver lining in things. I don't know about usually, but a lot of times you can find a silver lining or a positive out of everything that happens, even if it's a negative thing. But when I was examining my own thoughts and my own life and my desires and my goals and dreams, because that's all I could do, I was just laying there thinking. And I found some dark stuff in there. There's some dark matter up in my brain. I tell you what, there's some things that I didn't like that I discovered about myself. And then there was things that I didn't know I had in me. There was willpower and stamina that I didn't realize that I had, because I had the desire to heal, to get better, to move forward. And I think it came from within. Other people would say that it came from my belief in God and spiritual belief. Some people say it could come from aliens or whatever. I don't know. But wherever it came from, it helped me get through it and made me a stronger person and gave me a better outlook on life. Now, sure, every day I'm in constant pain in my back, but so what? I'm alive. So when you think about the fact that we have such a short amount of time to live here, to be in this meat suit, so I call it. Your life is so short in comparison to the universe. This human existence is such a small part of who we are. And unless we can detach ourselves from just identifying as this meat suit and realize that we are all cosmic beings, we are all part of the same conscious, the same collective intelligence. If you're religious, you can say we all come from God. We are all, if you think of other ways, we are all part of a universal consciousness. The whole universe is alive, and we're part of it. We've just extracted ourselves from it to be part of this, not an experiment, but it's like a vacation. I look at it as this living life and being in this meat suit and being a living being is like a vacation from the spiritual, from the cosmic connection. You get to experience something new. And we came into this blind. We don't know how powerful we are. We don't remember all of the strengths and all the knowledge that we have, because we had to forget it in order to experience this physical existence 100%. So make the right choices. Think about what you're thinking about. I mean, that little phrase means so much. 95% of what we do during the day is a habit. It's a learned habit. And we don't even think about what we're doing. And when you start thinking about it, you start wondering and changing things about yourself that you don't like or that you want to make better. So that being said, the topic when I started the show talking about I didn't have any shoes and I was mad until I saw a guy with no feet. There's always somebody out there that's worse off, that is having a harder time than you are. And half the time they're not even complaining about it because they're happy to be alive. So enjoy this life that you have. It's so short. It could be gone tomorrow. So enjoy every waking moment, every opportunity that you get, because it's your life. It can be exactly what you want. You just have to choose it. That's it. My name is Nat. Let me back into my parking spot here. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. Don't forget about my books, The Positive Perspective and Awaken Your Positivity. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on bepositivepodcast.com. Grab some merchandise. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And share this podcast out there everywhere you can. check out the new merch. There's some new shirts. It's a whole new logo, a new design. And I think you can buy it on the website. I'm not sure if it's available or not, but maybe I'll have to check that out. Talk to my web guy. Oh, wait, that's me. All right. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. I think we can all do a little bit better. I'll talk to you later.